Feeling friends is this concept that I came up with laying in bed one night. I have all these close friends who have these wonderful stories that can help change the world, life experiences that can help other people believe in themselves, hold tight to their dreams and make their dreams reality. On Feeling Friends, we talk about God, we talk about love, relationships. I have celebrity friends, I have non-celebrity friends. I have church members, family members. But when you watch and listen to Feeling Friends, you will learn and you will laugh. It's a community of friends helping to build each other up. So tune in to Feeling Friends every Sunday on WHCR 90.3 FM, or you can catch me on YouTube at Feeling Friends Radio. All right, I'll see you there. WHCR 90.3 FM, the voice of Harlem. What's up, everybody? It's me, Phil, and I'm back here in the studio with you, my friends. Listen, I've got a great show for you today. I've got the fellas from Smoking Ashes, the owners, the proprietors of this wonderful business out in Teaneck, New Jersey. So let's go ahead and get them in the studio right now. Call themselves Three the Hard Way. What's going on, fellas? Welcome to the studio. Good, let me move my little thing over because you can see all my background stuff. I didn't notice that earlier. Welcome to the studio. Welcome back, you guys.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Thanks for having us.
Listen, let's go ahead. You all have been here. You all are friends of the show. And thank you so much for coming back. You came on earlier at the beginning of COVID. And you all have an amazing business out there. So go ahead and tell the people who you are and tell us what your business is.
Sure. So the Three the Hard Way thing. So we have a podcast in addition to our cigar lounge. So the name of the podcast is SNA Live, and hosts us three the Hard Way. Myself, Conway, my partner Ryan, my partner Malik. We're the hosts of the podcast. We're the owners of Smoking Ashes Cigars and Haberdashery in Teaneck, New Jersey. Black-owned establishment. You know, we think we kind of invented a lane where it's not really the typical cigar lounge. You know, we have DJs Friday through Sunday, and then starting next week, we'll have a DJ on Thursday for our ladies' night. If any ladies listening, feel free to come through. 200 War Raven Drive, Teaneck, New Jersey, 07666. Definitely. But we got we have a female DJ as well for DJ So Lovely.
All right, great. So, Ryan, tell us how you all met.
Man,
for those that don't know you all.
Well, for me, man, like I go back with Malik now, about 28, 29 years, maybe 28 years. And Malik's direct contact is with Conway. He goes back with Conway probably about the same amount of time.
30 years, yeah.
But so, I mean, wow. Yeah, there's a lot of history between us. It's 60 years of friendship between the three of us. Collectively, you know, I've what was that, 10 years I've known you? 9 years?
Yeah, getting up there. Yeah.
So I've known Conway now 9 going on 10 years.
Shit.
Yeah.
It's flying by.
I know it's just starting to roll by. The years are, we're busy as hell. But I mean, we have a friendship that both of us, all three of us, go back to our, childhood, respectfully, and then collectively, we've been together for the last 10 years, building our own friendship and camaraderie together. As well as the business.
With the roots always being from DX Borough, the Bronx.
Right, BX Borough. Well, we are uptown. The station is uptown, so that's the community we serve. Malik, tell us how this idea of Smoking Ashes came about.
Well, so initially, Ryan and I were actually in the cigar business a few years back. We rep a small boutique cigar company based out of Tampa. We brought the brand here in the New York, New Jersey area. We just started throwing parties. We were putting the cigar brand into numerous cigar lounges. And then that's when we bumped into Conway, actually. I hadn't seen Conway in a few years, bumped into him in Harlem, actually. And he was in the process of moving out to New Jersey, so he actually moved here in Teaneck.
Okay.
Here, that's how we met Ryan. And again, we just came together and just, trying to think of ideas, how to put together a business. And we found something in common that we enjoyed, which was cigars and spirits.
Absolutely.
So, hey, let's open a cigar lounge. Why not? There hasn't been anything around here, at least to our liking. We found ourselves going to various cigar lounges and just couldn't find anything that we really enjoyed. And, what was for us, our people specifically. We would go into locations and never really felt comfortable.
Right.
And so that actually helped us, put together Smoking Ashes because we just started finding what other lounges were doing, what weren't doing correctly. and make sure that that's what we implement when we open Smoking Ashes. And we've been getting a lot of fanfare lately. We're just happy. The support we've been getting not only from New Jersey but also in New York, from all our friends, family, people are referring, people telling people about us, and it's been a good year and a half so far.
I mean, I like it. You all are in your art gallery right now.
Yes.
You have a picture of Malcolm X behind you, Conway. Tell us the importance of Black-owned businesses, and why is it so important for our people to get their own? And because we don't see, you go to a cigar lounge here in the city, we don't have a Black art gallery in the back, So why is it so important for us to?
There's not going to be pictures of Malcolm. So I mean, as far as just to speak on the art gallery right quick, like I said before, we're not a typical cigar lounge, so we wanted to do something a little bit different. So in addition to selling a beautiful array of cigars, we also wanted to support Black artists, right? So in addition to being a Black-owned business, we wanted to make sure that everybody that we're dealing with is obviously first and foremost quality business. Right. Just because you're a Black-owned business doesn't mean you get a pass. You're saying just because you're a Black-owned business, you got to be on your stuff. I know we can't curse on your show, so
right. I mean, you can. It just won't go live on the radio, but you can't. Because I don't know how to edit. So go ahead.
So you basically got to be on top of your shit. So
right.
You can't, So we want to make sure that we're always supporting. So from the artists that are displayed in the art gallery, to the food trucks that we have here for our summer and spring events, to the DJs that we hire, just everything. Everybody that we from the spirit companies that we have coming in here. One of them was a Black-owned spirit company called Blue Royale. A couple brothers out of the Bronx as well. Uncle Nearest, and for those that don't know the story, matter of fact, Phil, do you know the story of Uncle Nearest?
I do. He was the white man stole his. Right, I did pretty much. Yeah, I know Uncle Nearest, and his liquor is amazing. I love Uncle Nearest. What is it? Hennessy? Is it Hennessy?
Jack Daniels.
Jack Daniels. Yeah.
Jack Daniels.
But you can tell the audience because a lot of people don't know. But it's actually the best that I've had so far. It's a really good.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So to give people the background story. So Tennessee whiskey, obviously is pretty much famous, throughout the United States. Jack Daniels being one of the biggest whiskey distributors in the country. So apparently, at some point, a few years back, it was discovered that the person that actually came up with the recipe for Jack Daniels was a Black man by nickname Uncle Nearest. The family pretty much stole the recipe and then launched Jack Daniels, and it became the behemoth that it eventually became.
Right.
So I guess in a sort of way, giving reparations to the family of Uncle Nearest, they allowed them to take a part of the Jack Daniels brand, call it Uncle Nearest, model it, and kind of gave them the start to have their own brand, being branded Uncle Nearest. And it was, I guess better late than never, but at the same time, it's companies like that we try to have here at Smoking Ashes and other Black-owned companies. So to get back to your original question, we try to be inspirations for other people.
Absolutely.
Our customer base here is not only, people in suits smoking cigars, because I know that's kind of the perception sometimes, where it's just like a bunch of stiffs.
Right.
And $500 hard bottom shoes.
Down on Wall Street.
Exactly.
Talking about the poor people.
Exactly. But here we got professionals, we got police officers, we got bankers, we got politicians, we got just a whole mix of people, blue collar people. People. One of our members, works for Verizon. He's out on the truck, dealing with the cables and everything. So, and it's everywhere in between. The beautiful thing about cigars, it kind of doesn't matter what your background is. It brings people together. So as Black businessmen, we want to be inspirations to the customer base. We've already had a couple of customers and some employees, launch their own business since we've been open. So, it's extremely important to us.
And I appreciate that about you guys, because we're supposed to help each other out. We're supposed to uplift each other and put people on, when we can and if we can. So I know you guys, how is post-COVID for you all? Listen, I follow you all on Instagram. Tell people how to follow you all on Instagram, but it's always jumping. And I was supposed to go a long time ago, but it's always jumping when you see it. I'm like, man, are they following COVID? You guys do follow the COVID guidelines. We do know that. And you all are outside and everything. But how is it post? I guess we're still in COVID, but how is it for you all? How's it going?
Well, I'm going to let you take this one.
Well, I mean, we've adhered to all the guidelines that we could. We are also open inside, not just outside.
Okay.
So we have a nice setup outside with now seating up to probably about, I'd say about 45. Once we finish out the patio, we'll probably be able to seat up to about 65. With all the restrictions coming open now, like everything really coming up, everything is opening up wide open. What we try to do here is we still try to maintain the fluidity with people respecting each other's space. So,
right.
They come through, they still have to wear their masks in and out. Same way you would do in a restaurant or any other establishment or store. You have to put your mask on when you come in, get seated when you're in your respective space. You can then remove the mask. And every time you get up to go either use the restroom or come and pick out something out of the humidor or something like that, you have to wear the mask back on. But between our spacing and in our location, we've been blessed to have the space that we do have, both inside and out. And so it's allowed us an opportunity to expand our customer base and also keep everybody safe and distance out the right way.
Absolutely.
And on top of that, we have done numerous cleanings here. We clean routinely.
Yeah.
We clean before people show up, after people show up, in between seatings if somebody were to get up and leave, the same way a restaurant would. So and then we also have our own sanitizing company that come through, and they do this stuff weekly on top of our hostesses sanitizing all the equipment nightly after every time somebody's here, including ourselves doing the same thing. So we've really followed things to a T and to the best that we could in this unprecedented time that we're all living in.
Absolutely. So you guys, audience, make sure you all go support them because they are clean and they are sanitizing.
It's a big thing. We've never been shut down.
Yeah.
Like we've never been shut down. We've never had an outbreak throughout here. We take it very serious what we do here.
Absolutely.
So, see us having fun on the gram. We're also responsible while we're doing the damn thing.
No, absolutely. Yeah. People are always dressed up nice, their mask on. It's we applaud that. Let's talk about SNA Live. You all have y'all have a really nice studio. I need to come there and record some stuff. Let's talk about what made you all decide to do SNA Live. What made you decide to get into the podcast radio arena?
So, I mean, essentially what it boils down to is obviously we have social media to, promote our cigar lounge, right? Obviously we have our friends and family to promote our cigar lounge, but we kind of figured, especially during COVID when we were shut down and we were outside later on in June. I think we started in March.
We began the process in March. The first episodes out
in May. Yeah. We started recording in March. So we got shut down. Not us specifically, because
T-Neck, Jersey started shutting down.
Yeah. That was mid-March. So then we started figuring out, okay, how are we going to keep the word out? Because we had a nice little buzz. Yeah, still be relevant. We had a nice little buzz. We opened up January 4th of 2020.
Okay.
Shut down March 15th, or the whole town got shut down because of March 15th, or Jersey, I should say. So we were just brainstorming on ways to keep that buzz going so people didn't forget about us. 10 weeks is a very, very short time to be open and closed, and then open up 3 months later and have people still remember who you are and the fun of it. So we said, you know what? Everybody's doing a podcast right now. Let's just do it to promote the lounge. And what it started off was to promote the lounge, just to have people, remember us and be relevant. And then it kind of grew to something else because we realized that our chemistry on the podcast was crazy. Without us practicing, without us knowing kind of what we were doing,
right?
None of us three have ever done a podcast before. But we've had people straight up tell us, yo, listen to the podcast. How many years have you been doing this? Or how many podcasts did you do before this? We're like, this is our first time. And they're like, yo, we now sound like this is like professional podcasting.
Right.
So we realized we just naturals at it. So we said, you know what? Let's just keep doing it. And then about a few months ago, we got picked up by a company called One Institution Media.
Okay.
So Yeah, another black-owned company. Brother Dr. Keenan Davis, he's out of Oregon now. He's not originally from there. He's originally from Arkansas, but he's based out of Oregon now. So we started a media company, and he picked us up.
Oh, good.
Yeah, you can find us on One Institution Media platform.
Oh, wow. Oh, congratulations.
Yeah.
Y'all doing it big. I need to follow y'all. Y'all making it happen.
It's a great company too. A lot of the
What is it? I need to look this up when I get off the call.
Check it out. Most of the program directors too, they have backgrounds. So most of they come from ESPN, Disney. Like these individuals, like Sean and Dr. Keenan Davis, they have vision as well as they have their hands-on opportunities for us with this. So it's very interesting.
That's a blessing. That really is. Let's talk about so what you guys got going on at the place. Let's talk about that. You guys have some great events coming up.
Yeah, so we have last year we did our first annual Juneteenth event. Milestone Juneteenth. It's a big celebration, obviously celebrating Black history and everything just Black owned. So again, we had a Black spirit company. We had vendors out here, people selling food. I mean, it actually became bigger than what we thought. We had to point. We had pulling up cars and pulling out chairs and smokers out there hanging out.
We were on the news.
Yeah, we were actually on
the news outlets actually.
Yes. Let me ask you, I'm from Texas, so I understand Juneteenth. Why is Juneteenth so important to you all? And because a lot of people on the East Coast don't even know what Juneteenth is.
Yeah.
So, I mean, what is Juneteenth? It is not June the 13th. It's June 19th for those who don't know. Can y'all tell the audience? Because, I mean, a lot of people don't know. There's a lot of older people that don't know. Could you all explain Juneteenth, the importance?
Yeah, no, it's cool. It's cool. So, thankfully, I think unfortunately, because of the events that happened in Minnesota with George Floyd, I think a lot of people started trying to make themselves more aware of their own history. I'm not talking about Black people. I'm not even talking about white people knowing about it. I'm talking about our people ourselves in this country knowing about it. So I think there was kind of a resurgence after that. I know in the South, especially Texas, because that's where it kind of originated.
Definitely.
Yeah. So obviously you guys are more in tune to it. But essentially what it boils down to is, and correct me if I'm wrong, Phil, because I know you're the native Texan, but slavery had been abolished, right? 1865 Emancipation Proclamation, but this is way before, obviously, social media, way before the internet, way before the TV. Yeah, we'll get to that. So there was still plantations down in Texas that didn't know that slaves were now freed, and slavery kept going up until June 19th of 67 or 66.
It was a year and a half.
Yeah. I believe 3 years after.
Yeah, so exactly. Yeah,
we were still locked up. Y'all didn't call us. Y'all didn't tell us what was going on. Y'all didn't say we free. We down to still working.
That's a phone bill. My bad.
Right, exactly. Right. Yeah, you're right. And it's. I mean, I applaud you all for doing it. And I spoke to your wife yesterday, Conway, about it. So I'm going to try to make sure I'm there Juneteenth in celebration of it, because it's important that we know our history. And I really applaud you all for making sure that we. Expose people to our history, because it's important that we remember our history and who we are. What else you guys? So you guys have a new outdoor area. Let's talk about the new changes at the Smoking Ashes Lounge.
I'll let Rod take that one because he's the handyman around here. So some of you come down to him.
All right, so basically, we have 2 outdoor tents that are set up. Currently we're underneath construction of creating the garden area. So we're gonna have like an open garden patio area outside. Sit down in there, you'll feel like you're not anywhere near Teaneck, New Jersey, or even outside of our cigar lounge. On the side of our building as well, which is actually at the front of our building, I should say, to the parking lot, we just done up a beautiful mural that basically represents, the edge of our business in a nutshell. So just in art form. So our whole front of our building is painted. It's got a gorgeous logo. I want you to see it in person. So I won't even, give you any kind of details on that. Right. That front side area there, that area will allow us to also create our patio and our our hookah area, where we're gonna have new seating situated outside, and we will have beautiful fenced-in areas. So you're gonna have the privacy of also being inclusive but exclusive as well, amongst your experience time here with us. And again, we still have the inside with beautiful large members area, very well spaced out. We have our 4-decade-old pool table that people love and adore when they do come in. And the thing with us is just you have to experience the experience here at Smoke and Ashes. That's really what it boils down to. You can see it, but it's one thing to feel it. And this building has a vibe to it that's like none other. I don't think I've been in. It has like a historic feel to me personally. This building, like when you walk in to something that you know has like some type of energy, this building does just that. It creates an energy, so it's a part of the experience as well here for every one of our customers. So get a chance to come down to Smoke and Ashes and check us out.
Absolutely. So what else? So you guys got the Juneteenth. What else is going on where we need to get all the people out there to support you guys? What else? What events you guys got going on?
We have pop-up shops.
So once a month, the last Sunday of every month, we're going to be doing a pop-up event. We have vendors come out, feature, showcase their businesses. We intertwine that with cooking. So we have our in-house caterer, Gina. She's going to put together a nice little brunch style. She's going to switch it up every month. For the most part, it's always going to be a brunch style cooking. And that's going to be every last Sunday of the month, going all the way into September. And then at the end of the summer, we're also going to do a Labor Day celebration also. So just check on our social media site. You can always keep updated with what's going on. We have events going throughout the whole summer. We have this New York City Cigar Weekend that's also going to be going on here also.
Yeah, that's a big thing.
Yeah, so
and I'll let you whistle a little bit more to it that we have events like Conway alluded to earlier. Every Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday throughout the summer, we're rocking out here. We're not a cigar lounge. We're more like a cigar club. And matter of fact, we are the club. We've created our own lane, so to say, and everyone understands that. They feel that when they come through here. On top of that, we're gonna have multiple car shows at our location this year. We're having Smoke Mint, which is another big event where you mix smoking cigars with picnic setups. So that our picnic on June 12th is pretty much already sold out. It sold out in the first week and a half once we opened up. So we're trying to see if we're going to open up more tickets to that. But I mean, that's a beautiful event within itself.
And if we don't, we're probably going to have another Smoke Nick in Portland.
Yeah, towards the end. That's cool.
So you all are just making it happen. Listen, I used to live in Edgewater, and it's not too far from Teaneck, so it's pretty boring in that area. But you guys are making it live like New York. So y'all are making it happen. Let's talk about cigars right quick. What's the best cigar for a starter smoker?
That's such a tough question to ask, and it's even a tougher one to answer. There's really no such thing as the best cigar out there. Everything is detailed to your palate. You know what I mean? It's the same way of how you feel when you wake up in the morning. You might want spicy food today. Tomorrow you might want chicken soup. So everything is detailed to your palate and how you feel and how you accept things too.
So Phil, let me ask you something. Have you smoked a cigar before, man?
Nope.
So we're gonna be.
I think I have in Miami. This was years ago in college.
Yeah,
but we didn't know what we were doing. We just went to the store, bought some, and just started choking. So
and you're not supposed to inhale them. That's probably what you guys did.
Right, exactly. We didn't know until later.
What happened? Definitely.
Right.
We're gonna pop your cherry when you come through, man. Yeah.
Okay.
So to answer your question though a little bit more directly, like Ryan said, there's no like direct answer because it depends upon your palate, depends upon like kind of like what mood you're in. But let's say this: there's different levels of strength of a cigar, regardless of what type of cigar, what brand of cigar, or what country it originates from. So you definitely want to start on the milder side if you've never smoked a cigar before and kind of don't even really know how to smoke a cigar.
Or you can even start with an infused cigar. So
if
the cigar taste is a little too much for you, you can always start with a flavored cigar. They call flavored. We like to say infused cigars. So those cigars with fruity flavor, coffee, chocolate, mint,
caramel.
They even have bourbon,
vanilla bourbon, rums. There's all kinds of
So now, popular misconception though. So people see those and like, oh, those must be the lady cigars. And it's like, no, those are just beginner cigars. I believe, I would say a huge majority of the women that come through here, like are veteran smokers. It's
heavyweights. They know what they're doing.
They just smoke dudes under the table.
That's a fact. That is a fact.
It's funny. I've seen a lot of women smoke cigars more so than I do men. It's usually like older men who smoke cigars, like old men, and like women now that smoke.
Yeah, they're a big, huge demographic that's coming up.
There's a shift, There's a shift. There's a a youth uprising, so to say, within. What I mean by youth, you'll find more people in their 30s and their 40s smoking cigars now than 15, 20 years ago.
Yeah, definitely.
So there is a change in it now, big time.
Now let me ask you all about. Did you all have anything else you want to pub about the lounge? Is there anything else you all have coming up?
I think that's pretty much it. You know, the fact that I would say 3 or 4 out of every 10 people that walk through the door are ladies. So don't expect to come here and expect like a sausage fest for all the dudes.
Oh, you funny, man.
There's going to be more ladies here, especially during the summer.
Okay, definitely. Y'all hear that, fellas? You got to go hang out, find your wife. I want to talk to you all before we end. I want to talk to you all about following your dreams because you all had an idea and you made it possible. For those people who are listening who want to start a company, who don't know what to do, could you all just give us some advice about how we should just follow the dreams and make it happen? And you all keep talking. I'm gonna put you all on the screen, but just
do it.
Yeah.
Literally. I know it's an old slogan, but you just have to go out and do it.
Just start. Yeah. Like it's so funny as you ask that because, you know, we're closed on Mondays here at the lounge, and we're gonna be recording one of our episodes of our podcast, and one of the topics is basically to start a business. You don't necessarily need a whole bunch of money. It's more creativity than anything. And I think a lot of people convince themselves they can't do something. They can't start this business. They can't, you know, fulfill their dream because they're thinking on a large scale. If they can't do it on that large scale, they're like, well, I can't do it. I'm not some millionaire that can just put money into an idea. And it's like sometimes it's not about that. It's just about being creative and just starting. Like Ryan said, you know, just don't give yourself an excuse. Like, oh well, you know, I got my 9 to 5. I don't have any time.
right.
So you have a 9 to 5.
You have a funding source, a source funding.
No, okay. But you probably don't go to bed until probably like 10 or 11. So you know, for work at 5, from 5 to whenever you go to bed, it's time to get your strategy together. Weekends, you might be working. So you got that time to put your strategy together.
And your priorities.
Yeah.
Like you said, you're not working the weekend. You're gonna have to stop hanging out, stop drinking, stop spending the reckless money. That's why I use the funding source before you have a 9 to 5. It does take a couple of bucks to get your company started up. It takes a couple of bucks to get your trademarks and stuff going. These are things that a lot of businesses, especially businesses of people that look just like us, they don't put that side into their vision board, so to say. It's not high on the depth chart for them to get things accomplished. They see it more as wasted money. That's a misconception.
Right.
Sometimes we come up with great ideas and we don't protect ourselves, and then somebody else sees that, finds out that we didn't protect ourselves, and then they take full advantage of you. And there's thousands of stories that are just like that. You can talk to friends of yours. You definitely know somebody who's
this logo you see right here, and this logo you see right here. Before people started seeing that in public, trademark.
Yes.
Trademark.
You know, like we're not going to put ourselves out there and create a brand and have people, you know, come and just steal our shit.
Absolutely.
Again, steal our stuff.
Well, yeah. Well, no, you know what? I'm actually listening to you all, so I appreciate that. So I'm thinking about trademarking, and I need to figure out who did your T-shirts. So I need to get some T-shirts.
You got such a plug for that. But Phil, I'll tell you one thing, man. You check out our podcast, season 1. We had an amazing episode called I'm a Businessman.
Okay.
So there is filled with tons of jewels. We had 2 guest speakers. One of them is our new partner, Dr. Keenan Davis from the institution. And who was the other gentleman we had on?
It was a financial
advisor. We had a financial advisor on.
Barry Queen.
Yeah. So between those 2 gentlemen and then our own stories, we've had, I can't tell you how many people have come up to us off of that episode alone, thanked us because they were able to get their business together. Because just off one episode.
Definitely.
And that's what it's about. It's about spreading the wealth, the knowledge, and helping our people succeed and make happen. Any final thoughts for you guys? I really appreciate you all coming on a second time. And when we get back to the studio, you guys have to make sure you come back into the studio, the actual studio.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. Any final thoughts?
In terms of final thoughts, I would just say this, man. Like I said before, you know, what we're doing right now, I know it's like a kind of a stereotypical thing to say right now, but like we're doing this for the culture. Because cigars and just that whole perception, like I said before, is old white guy with money with a suit on,
Right.
and we're
Right.
trying to change that. You know, and I think we're very influential in that because we're now starting to see other cigar lounges that were around way before we were around started to kind of copy and mimic some of the stuff we're doing.
Really.
And we got the art gallery. It wasn't cigar lounge putting up art before. You know what I'm saying? Like we got our Instagram posts with hip hop music playing in the background.
It wasn't.
Nah, that wasn't cool to do before.
Now it is.
You know, so we kind of put in a whole new spin on it. You know, and I think you know we consider ourselves leaders in this culture and in this industry, and we're gonna just keep being creative, man. And we're gonna keep supporting our people and trying to keep empowering our people as we go forward.
Absolutely. Well, I appreciate you all. I wish you much success, and I hope it blows up. I mean, I hope y'all get one here in the city, so I won't have to go all the way out there to the country to hang out with you guys.
Yeah,
I'm in Brooklyn, so it's a long way out there. I gotta take an Uber and no.
You know what, Phil? I'm sorry to tell you, man, but a third of our people that come out here are from Brooklyn. So
Yeah.
Oh, they're from Brooklyn? Oh, man, I ain't got no excuse. I better help them get a ride there.
at all.
Right.
Half a smoke dick is gonna be Brooklyn people.
Facts.
Really? Okay. Well, I ain't got no excuse there.
Yeah.
No excuse. Well, hold tight in the studio, and I really appreciate y'all coming on, all right? All right. Thank you so much. Listen, we had a great time today with my boys from Smoke and Ashes. I want you guys to go support their business. We're proud of what they're doing. They're helping other black people, other people become successful by just using their lives to follow their dreams and make it happen. So you listen to Phil and Friends. I'll be here same time, same place next time, right here on WHCR 90.3 FM, the voice of Harlem. I'll see y'all later. Peace.